record, record, record. See, what would I do without y'all? I'm already failing. Okay, so I'm just going to start stamping like randomly over here. I have an idea that most of my embellishments are going to kind of be over here. So I'm going to just focus on this area, but I'll still do it in other areas as well. And StazOn takes a little while to dry, so I'll have to let that sit, and I'll go ahead and start working on some of the other embellishments before that's dry. Let's see here. Hey ladies, everybody logging on? And I only have StazOn in black. I wish I would have had it in like a pink or something, if they even make it in pink. It is like a postcard stamp. I think it came on a wood block. I always end up pulling mine off and putting them on acrylic so I can see what I'm doing. But I don't know what brand or anything it is. It's just from Michaels, I do believe. Thank you, Michelle, for putting that. Okay, let's see here. A little bit more. Okay, so you can see there the StazOn. The camera, I'm wanting to go over here for some reason, but the camera's over here. Sorry, y'all. So that's what the background's going to look like. But we're going to do lots of spraying and other stuff too. You know how you can take like a piece of paper, and if you put UD on it like 3 or 4 times and then you break it or bend it, it breaks and looks like shattered glass. Bridget, hey honey. I really wish I could do that on here, but I tried and I was just shattering my glass when I was trying to do it, so it doesn't work. But that would have been a really cool thing if it would have worked out, but it didn't. Bridget's here. Okay, so while I let that dry, I went ahead and pulled out like a couple of things that I wanted to use on here. I don't know if I will use it or not, but this is the little lady from the Divine paper line from Prima that I fussy cut, and I just think she is so pretty. So I don't know if I'll end up using her, but she's just really, really cute. So I'm putting her off to the side in case I do decide to use her. I know, she's super, super cute. Love her. The whole reason I got the paper line was pretty much so I could fussy cut that image out. Okay, so I've got these Kaisercraft wooden flourishes, and I'm going to be working with them. They're the gates. I don't know if that's like the actual name, but you know what I mean. They're little gates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, because Shimmers has embossing powder too, and I really, 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 really love the embossing powder. It's called Enamels, and it's super thick. It's really gritty. It's almost like a UD, then with all the mica and stuff in there as well. So it's really, really awesome. But I don't like to just use Versamark on it because I like a lot of texture. And when I do my embossing powder, I'll use like paint or something to catch it, so when I heat set it, it will bubble up. So I think I'm just going to use some Mod Podge, and let me grab it really quickly. Okay. You guys would so make fun of my paintbrush shows. Hold on, let me show you. I went to Walmart and got like the cheapest paintbrushes ever, and they're all like bright green and bright funky blue and stuff, but they work. Hey Steph! Hey sweetie! Yeah, Elizabeth had started, but literally all I've done so far is just stamping on a piece of glass, like a frame that you get from the store. I've just stamped on it. We're going to be working on glass, but that's all I've done so far. So let me get a paper towel really quickly, y'all. I have a glass table, but it creates a really bad glare, so I had to put this poster board down so I didn't blind you all with the lights. So I'm just going to go over this with Mod Podge, and then I'm going to go over it with the Enamels Silver Fox from Shimmers. Awesome, awesome embossing powder. I'm so glad all my girls are on here. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Y'all are the best. Chris was telling me, if you're sick, you don't need to do this Ustream, you need to stay in bed. I was like, yeah, right. I've been advertising my first Ustream. If I cancel it, that'd just be crazy. Thank you, Steph. So is everybody starting to get like the new releases in, all the CHA releases? Because I have been getting a bunch of the new ones in, and I'm just like so happy with everything. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Let me go over here. You know what? Let's just move the camera to where I'm wanting to go. How's that, babe? Even when I shoot my videos, I tend to go off frame, like all the time. There's something about staying in one little area that's really hard for me to do. Okay, so I've got the top part ready to go. You guys can see like how chunky that stuff is. Of course, it's not going to focus really well, but when I'm done on here, I'll post a picture onto Facebook. And you guys can see just how like textured this embossing powder is. It's amazing. And hopefully I'll be done in an hour. I didn't really think about how much time it would take, but we'll see. Okay, one down. It is. It's really, really chunky. I love it. Oh gosh, isn't Yudi the worst? I'm using Silver Fox, Stacy. Hey, honey. Stacy, I'm going to make you mod too. That way, if someone's asking something about shimmers, you can answer for me if I don't see the question. So let me find you on here. So glad you're here. Okay, there we go. Alright, yeah, I'm using Silver Fox enamel, Stacy. So pretty. And I'm using Mod Podge to adhere it down so that way when I heat it, it will be like even more bubbly in texture than if I just used Versamark, you know? Because I like the texture. But yeah, Yudi embossing powder, I always make a mess no matter how neat I try to be. It's always a disaster. Mod Podge, Terry. Using Mod Podge. Hey, honey. I'm sorry, babe. Elizabeth, you don't see the video? Hey, Tammy. Yeah, thank you, Bridget. Sometimes you have to refresh. Ustream is so bizarre. You want to say hi to everybody? Stacy, I just caught that tip and I never thought about that. That makes so much sense too. But the one good thing about using Mod Podge instead of Versamark is it doesn't really run. But earlier I was using Yudi and it was just going all over the desk no matter what I did, you know. So that's a really good tip for me. There's so much mica and shimmery stuff in this. Oh my goodness, y'all. I think that's even showing up on this bad quality Ustream because it's just really, really pretty. Let's turn that off sleepy. Because I don't want it to interfere with the sound. Okay. Okay, sorry about the noise. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Hopefully the camera will pick it up. Maybe if I'm real still. I don't know if it's picking it up or not, but like I said, I'll post a picture on Facebook as soon as I'm done, and I'll do a close-up of this specifically because it is so, so, so pretty. Hey to all the ladies who've logged in since I've been looking down. I haven't seen everybody's names, so I'm so glad y'all are here. Yeah, it does look aged. It's really, really pretty. Okay, so now that the Stays On is dry, I'm going to go ahead and start doing some other things to the glass. For those of you just joining in, we're working on glass tonight as our background for like a little mini layout. So, speaking of UD, I wanted to use some UD on here, and I practiced earlier, and it creates like amazing texture on top of the glass, and it took the sprays really well. So like I played around with this one earlier, and it just ended up looking really, really cool on there. So I'm going to get some Versamark. And I'm just going to randomly go on with my pad of Versamark and put the UD on there. Now I will make a super big mess with this because I always do. But I'm mainly going to focus on the areas where the embellishments aren't going to be, because I just don't want to like waste time going over other areas if it's going to get covered up. And yes, I'm using Graphic 45 paper. Yes. Sorry, Van. I have a ton of it, though. Whenever Tuesday morning, had like 50 packs of this. I got 50 in a pack of that Le Romantique paper. I am. Sorry, y'all. Don't kill me. It's the first thing I saw whenever I went to get stuff ready for the class. Yeah, it's from Tuesday morning. I'm just going to kind of go in with a paintbrush and make it look better than just squared off, if that makes sense. I'm not very good with terms sometimes. Just make it look a little more random on here. But I'm telling y'all, the enamel, y'all, is like so super thick, just like this stuff. It is amazing. Okay. And Stacy said to heat it from underneath. So yes, that's exactly what I meant to say, Tammy. Define the edges. Stacy, I'm going to heat it from underneath. I'm going to take your suggestion. It takes longer that way. I think I'm too impatient. I'm just going to let it fly all over the place. Yeah. Well, our Tuesday morning sometimes has good stuff, but not usually. I got lucky there. Hey, Shauna! No, Steph, you really don't have any craft stores. Seriously, now. They're saying that the quality of this webcam is better than any stream I've ever seen. Everybody said that. that, Shan. I didn't think about it, but I should probably keep it moving around all the way. I did even try on acetate using UD earlier, and I just moved it around a little more, and it never even melted the acetate, which I was actually expecting, so. Stacy's on here, Marie. She's on. Honey, will heat crack glass? My heat gun, will that make the glass crack? Okay. Huh? Okay, sorry about the noise. Elizabeth, I'm sorry you're having so much trouble. She can't see anything. I'm definitely recording it, so it will be on YouTube afterwards. I'm so sorry. Hey, Lydia. Yeah, do you hear Chris in the background, Michelle? He said that the glass will not crack from a heat gun because it's not hot enough, and that glass only cracks if it's not heated evenly. That's his technical answer. So anyway, you guys can see, hopefully, the effect that gives on there. And then when I add my sprays on there and reheat it, it just like melts in there and melts in there and looks really, really, really pretty. We have Michael's, Joann's, and Hobby Lobby, but none of them are really good. Like, they don't carry like any graphic 45 or anything like that. It's all just like old. They have like 3 aisles of stickers out, or Hobby Lobby. Okay, so I'm going to start spraying, y'all. I'm going to use Bed of Roses Spritz, Pop Art Pink Vibes, which is my favorite pink ever. I'm going to use a little bit of Treasured Hem Spritz, and then a little bit of Before Dawn. And then I've got a couple other colors over here of the shimmerings, the Concrete and Goldilocks that I may use, but I'm not sure yet. But anyway, I'm going to start with the lightest color first, which is going to be the Pop Art Pink. And I'm going to put something down so I don't make a huge mess. Yeah, Gisela, you do. They're amazing, y'all. If anybody hasn't tried them so far, hey, Nicole, you're missing out. Yes, it does. It's my favorite color. I wish you guys could see like the swirling around in there. Oh, it's so pretty. I know, Terry, the commercials are really annoying. Okay, I'm going to turn it back the right way and just randomly spray on here, but I don't want to cover up all of the glass. So I'm focusing on the areas where the UD is at, and then a little bit more. So that's the Pop Art Pink. Hey, Lisa. If I have missed anybody's name, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. I just haven't been looking up the whole time. Yes, the spray sticks. I mean, I heat set it a little bit. I think it will do better if you let it dry on its own, but since I'm doing, only have an hour, I'm going to heat set it, and even with heat setting it, it stays on there. So. Okay, and I'm going to go in with a tiny bit of Treasured Hem. Gina. That color, this one is Treasured Hem. The one I just used, Shauna, was Bed of Roses in the Spritz. They're like my 2 favorites. A year ago, I would not use pinks at all. It's crazy how much my, I guess, style has changed. You ordered Bed of Roses? Shan or Treasured Him. All the names are super clever. I really love them. This one is Before Dawn. It's like a black color. Oh, I know, Gina. I actually like shabby stuff now. And I'm just going to go sparingly with the black, just kind of on the edges. And whenever I have black on here and it's like too much for me, I'll grab my Snowstorm Vibes and just hit it with that, and it kind of makes it a grayish type color. I love black too. And I like the Snowstorm and the Before Dawn together. It just kind of makes it gray. Okay, so I don't want them to run, but hopefully you guys can see what that looks like so far. And I'm going to let it sit for a while before I heat set it, because I think it would do better just letting it air dry, but we just don't have time for it. And anything on like glass is going to take a while to dry. So, well, let me move it over here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and prep some other embellishments. And one thing I did do was, out of the engraver line, the new Prima release, I cut this map out of one of the papers because I really, really wanted to use it on there. It's like a European map. So we're going to incorporate that on there. I pulled out a couple of flowers. Did you clean the glass with anything specific before you started? I only cleaned it with Windex, and Chris would fuss at me because I know you're supposed to use alcohol. Isn't that right, honey? He's always telling me to clean everything with alcohol first, but I didn't. But I did spray it really good with Windex, if that counts. But I would say rubbing it down with alcohol is your best bet. Okay, so I got those prepped. I wanted to use some metal on here and some chipboard. So I'm going to use, on the chipboard, let me grab it really quickly. Where'd it go? Okay. I'm going to use a combination of blings and shimmers on the chipboard piece, because shimmers has little paint pots too. One is called blings, super blingy, hence the name, and then shimmers is super, super shimmery as well. But this one's like a really light pink color, and this one's called opal, and then this one is called Poinsettia Pink, and it's like a darker one. So I'm going to use both of those to paint my chipboard. And I shake them up really good, and then I always stir them together as well. Oh, thank you, Scrappy Cat. Yeah, the chipboard piece is awesome. It's Imaginarium, and it was longer, and I cut it down. I was using it on something else, so I cut it down a little bit. Oh, Michelle. Stacy or Michelle can give you the link to buy shimmers. Miss Gina. Other places sell them, but if you buy them directly from the shimmer store and you mention my name, you get a free shimmers of your choice. So, and I definitely recommend one of these two for you, Miss Gina. The Bed of Roses or the Pop Art Pink. Let me put something down, even though I'm already making a mess on my poster board. But these are just little paint pots, y'all, and they're super, super fun. They stick to metal, they stick to anything. They are awesome. So, I'm just going to start painting my chipboard. You know what? Scratch that. Let me gesso it first. Back up. Michelle and let's see here. Let me see if I can enable links. Did someone already post the link on there? Or are you not able to? Huh. You did, Stacy, and it showed up? Huh. Let me see if there's something I can do to enable links. I know there's some way to do it. Yeah, I just saw it. It is getting censored for some reason. Crap. Has anybody ever broadcast on Ustream before that knows how to enable links? Click on the gear in the right-hand corner. Thank you, sweetie. Allow links. Got you. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Okay, now the link should be able to be posted. There we go. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. But yes, if you just mention my name in checkout, you guys get a free spray, paint pot, anything but the enamels you can get a free one of. If you mention my name or any of the gals on the design team, Shauna, Heidi, I know Shauna's on here. Just mention any designer's name and you get a free spray, paint, whichever one you want. See my, like, I'm way off frame, y'all, sorry. See my silly little paintbrush? It works though. And I'm just prepping it with gesso first so I don't have to use as much of my blings and shimmers because I'm very stingy with them. I love them. I don't want to waste any. Yeah, good thinking, Michelle. You're so smart. There we go. That's way better for me. I don't have to keep worrying about moving it. I just didn't want to get in the shot because I look a mess today. Oh, it is. I put my hair up last night, and it's in the same way that it was last night, if that tells you anything. It's very possible. Marie, I think if you click on her name, it gives you the option to private message her. Let me grab a bigger paintbrush real quick, y'all. Or there you go. Stacy's giving you her email. You can just email her there. And like I said, y'all, I'm using the Opal Shimmers to paint this chippy piece right now. It's so pretty too. I know the quality of Ustream is not like as good as YouTube videos, but hopefully you guys can see how shimmery this stuff is when I hold it up. You do, Dan? Okay, I'm going to dry that, and then I'm going to go in with the darker color at the blings, and I know you guys will be able to tell, even on Ustream, how blingy this stuff is. It is. It's yummy in the jar, Peggy. Yes, you do, Lydia. I just read that comment. Hey, Mitzi Curry. Yeah, it's really easy to wash off. I don't get super messy with this at all. Like even my hands now, you know, the mica from the Silver Fox is the only thing on me and it would come right off too. Now I'm going to go in with the Poinsettia Pink Blings. And this stuff is amazing. I mean, you can see how vibrant the color is, but all the good yummy stuff is down here on the bottom. So I just always give it a really good stir. Stir. Yeah, they're live watching me. Well, yes, I'm letting it dry on its own. That's okay if it mixes a little bit. I'll try to fix it up. But hopefully you guys can see how chunky that just got. Really blingy. Those are all the people on there talking. You want to wave to them? Say hi. Somebody wants to say hi. Wait, I lost my stream. There's Chris. He said hi.
I was too shy to actually say anything.
He was too shy to say anything, but he waved. Okay. Woohoo, hottie. Honey, someone called you a hottie. He said he don't want to be on TV. Yeah, Chris is sick too. He's been sick, but he got stomach problems. In fact, you probably got me sick, honey. Hey, Lori. Hey, Brandy. Oh, I didn't let you look long enough. He used to get in my videos on YouTube all of the time. He would always be in like my first videos. But then when I started getting on like some design teams and stuff, I don't know, I just felt like it was unprofessional, you know, for us to be cutting up and being silly on camera. So I kind of nipped him out. But every now and then he'll make a guest appearance. I banned him from my videos. Okay, I'm going to check on that glass real quick and see if it's drying. And it's not quite dry yet, so we're going to have to go in with our heat tool. There's so many people on here. That is so awesome, y'all. Thank you so much. Okay, but here's what the chippy piece looks like. Of course, the camera's not showing it very well. But like I said, at the end of this, I will post a picture on Facebook, and there will be like some close-up shots. I'm going to add a little bit more of that poinsettia paint too real quick. Because it's pretty. Yeah, it's a chippy piece, man. Thank you, Brandy. I am too. I'm really glad that y'all came. Seriously, it means a lot to me. Oh, Linda's not on, is she, Lori? And I like to heat set. Anytime I do anything to chip pieces, I like to heat set it because I feel like they kind of start getting brittle, not really falling apart, but they just don't feel as sturdy if I let them dry on their own. And you know, like when you dry acrylic paints and they bubble, Shimmers does the same thing. So it's really great for texture. I love it. Now, I really wish I could let this dry on its own, y'all, because it's looking really, really cool. And you know, when you heat set things, it kind of starts moving around. I got a few more things I can go ahead and prep, and then I'll worry about heat setting it. I know you have, Lisa. I know. I was too nervous. This is just like one of those tendril Prima sprays, and I've gessoed it before. It's left over from a project I didn't use, but I'm going to go over a little bit more gesso. Thank you, Stacy, for telling her which ones I used. And let me tell y'all, I went to the store. I went to Michael's the other day, and I really wanted to start making my own sprays and stuff. So I picked up, I'm going to be using it on here, I picked up Spanish moss. Y'all know what that is? And then this right here. I'm not sure what it is, but it's just like little sprigs. And I've been using it lately, and they take the sprays so well, and they look really, really, really pretty. So I'm going to be using them too. Beverly! Oh, y'all are so great for being here. I'm so flattered. I pulled out some other embellishments too. These are those new Prima flowers. I'm not sure what the name is, but they are super pretty. Yes, I used gesso on the flower, Michelle. Chris says, guess so. I guess so. But yes. And if Kathy's on here and she's not chatting, I love you, Kathy. Shout out to Kathy. Okay. That one looks really pretty with some gesso on there. And when I do things like this, when you spray on top of that with the shimmers, like, you know, this part of the flower will take the ink different, or the spray differently than the gesso part will. So it creates a really pretty variation that I just love. So anytime I'm going to be spraying, I hit like random areas with gesso. And now I've got some hinges that I got, or it's like a lock, you know, that I got from Home Depot. Because anytime Honey drags me to Home Depot, I make him buy me hardware. That's like our trade-off. So I'm going to go over it with some gesso, and then I'm going to also paint on top of it with some of the shimmers as well. Oh, Shan, you are so talented, girl. And I always like to blot things because I don't like the look of paint strokes or brush strokes for some reason. So I always do a blotting method. Yeah, man. Give me some chicken wire and some hardware, and I'm there. I've really been wanting to get, like, you know, the plates that where your plug-ins go and your light. Well, I don't know what they're called, switch plates or whatever. I've really been wanting to do something with those as well, but I can't ever find any, like, really cool ones there. Okay, now I'm going to, I don't know which shimmers I'm going to use on here. Hold on one second, y'all. I think I'm going to use a little bit of a grayish blue color. It's called Sky Blue, and it's from the Shimmers range. I'm going to use that here on the metal. Hey, Shaylon! But see how, like, it looks all plain? But then as soon as you start stirring it up, all the, like, blings and stuff comes up to the surface there. It's amazing. Okay. Oh, and I was wanting to ask you guys, what is your favorite adhesive? Because I was trying to find something that was great with glass, and I ended up getting, it's called Fabri-Tac, and it works really, really well. But I didn't know if you guys knew of something better. I have E6000, but I don't know. I didn't think it would be great for drying quickly on the glass. Beacon 3-in-1. Yeah, someone was talking about that last night, Beacon 3-in-1. Hey, Cindy! Cindy's here. Okay, so you guys can see already, like, how well it adheres to the metal. So I'm going to add a little bit of that opal color as well. Oh, wow, we're already 40 minutes into this. I probably could have prepped some of this ahead of time, but I didn't. Like the glass, I thought about prepping off camera, but that's basically where all the technique was at, so I didn't really want to do that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the commercials are crazy. I think you can pay a certain amount of months to get like a Premier account where you don't have to deal with all the commercials. Laura, you're here too. Okay, now I'm going to have to dry. I always grab the metal when it's like sizzling hot and burn myself. So here's the glass, and it's drying in some spots but not in others. But hopefully y'all can see the way it's reacting to like the UD and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and heat set it and try not to move it around too much. Sorry that I'm drying forever, y'all. Yes, Lori, it's glass. Okay, that's going to have to do. But totally, if you guys let this sit on its own, the colors will be much more intense. But you can see how well they stick to it already. Like no prepping, just spraying it directly onto there. Yeah, I did a little bit of dripping there as well. Okay, so now I'm going to figure out my placement that I want everything to do. And what I did when I was playing around the other day is I just got micas all over my iPad. I snapped a picture so that I would remember about how I wanted it to go. So let me pull that picture up really quickly. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is get that map out that I had fussy cut. And let me move this paper towel. Check out the metal too, like how well that stuff adheres to it. So pretty. Okay, so where did my map piece go? Can't find anything. There it is. So I'm going to be using Fabri-Tac because I tested it out on the metal and it seemed to work pretty well. Is that Yvonne? Susie? Is it showing up for you, Yvonne? And I'm only going to glue down one part of it for now because I'm going to have the other part going over the gate when I get that adhered down. So I'm just doing that for now. This stuff is so stringy and it smells just like super glue, so I really do think it's a good glue. Yeah, Peggy. Well, I'm glad to hear that because I really wanted to find a good camera. So I purposely went and got a new one just for this Ustream. So I'm glad it's clear. Good deal. I mean, the one on my computer has a built-in camera, but it's at the top and it doesn't move. So, okay, so there's that. Then I'm going to adhere my little chippy piece down here. I'm actually going to put some distress ink on the edges of it real quick, y'all. I'm going to use black soot to grunge up the edges a little bit. Yeah, Michelle, for some reason, you don't type right on Ustream. It makes you type all slow and miss letters, and even when I'm just trying to log in, it does that. It'll take me like 10 times of trying to log in until it finally lets me. Yeah, I know. Oh, is it really 110 viewers? I can't see for some reason how many viewers there are. That's awesome. That makes me more nervous. Don't tell me that. Yeah, I really like this Fabri-Tac. This is literally the first time I've ever used it, and I can tell. I experimented with it last night. I like it. Usually I'm a hot glue person, but it just ends up falling off of glass or metal. So. I'm going to pull this up. Oh, does it? Okay. Yeah, it kind of feels almost like a super glue or something. And smells like one too. Okay, so this is what we got so far. I'll show, like I said, I'll put a picture on Facebook tonight, but tomorrow when I can get one in the daylight outside, you guys can really see the effect of the shimmers and just how pretty it is. So I'll post one tonight, but is Lana on here? Okay, metal time. I want this piece over here. I love metal. I think I'll let this, I think I'm only going to glue this part down so this part still moves. If this glue is strong enough to hold it. Okay. Then I'm going to put the other little piece kind of up here. But now I want to cover up that pretty. I wish you guys could see this one part right here, the way the shimmers has like melted together into the UD. It is so incredibly pretty. But of course that's not going to come across. Yeah, I've always loved working with transparency and stuff, and I never thought to use like the glass, but I'm glad I saved it. Sometimes I'll save things for a really long time. Chris calls me a hoarder. And then as soon as I get rid of it, I'll find something on like Pinterest, and I'll be like, man, I wish I would have thrown that away. A use for whatever I just threw away. Is that Leela? Natasha? Hey, sweetie. Oh, okay, Lori. Tell Linda she's in trouble. Okay, now I'm going to put the gates on there, which if you guys missed the beginning, I used Silver Fox enamels on these. It's the embossing powder from Shimmers. So textured, so shimmery. It's absolutely amazing. Like if you could just touch it, it's really awesome. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to adhere these down. I'm going to cover up the map a little bit on this one, but then the other one I'm going to have the map go over it. So, and let me go over the edges with a little bit of distress ink as well. I will have a giveaway here in just a few minutes, y'all. I'm going to pick a name, and that person is going to get to go to the shimmer store and pick out 3 sprays, paints, anything but enamels of your choice for free. So for those of you who haven't tried it yet, you're going to be so happy when you get it. And then I think I'm going to give away this too. So I had a picture planned to put on here, but I'm going to leave it blank because I'll give this away to the winner as well, if you guys want it when I'm done. Okay, cool. Yep, so you get shimmers and then this piece. So I'm glad I'm using the good glue, because sometimes when I make things for myself, I'll just use like hot glue and it'll fall apart on me, but I don't ever really mind because it's mine and I can fix it. But definitely don't want to send it to somebody like that. Okay, I've got like 10 minutes to get this bad boy put together. I can do it. And if you guys have any suggestions, I'm going to do a Ustream probably like once a month, maybe even more than that. If anybody has any suggestions on projects for me to do, just let me know, because I'm totally open for suggestions. Linda, I see your name. Now I want the map to go over top of this one, so I'm going to tuck it under there. Rosie! Okay, so this is what we got so far. And what I had planned on doing was putting a picture right in this area. So for whoever gets this, totally up to you. If you don't want to put a picture in there, that's completely fine as well. Sometimes I do layouts more for the art than like the picture. I know a lot of people pick the picture first. I don't. Like, I do the layout first and then pick a picture. This is the new Finnebar metals from Prima. They are awesome. And I used one of these before and I cut it in half, but I forgot to. And I have to use the saw outside, so I'm going to have to use the whole thing on here. And I'm going to go over this with a little bit of the Shimmer's Opal as well, just to kind of whitewash it a little bit. I love these little paint pots, y'all. See how I'm like scraping this off the bottom because I do not like to waste this stuff. Linda, I'm so glad you made it. Cindy, you too. So glad everybody's here. Tammy's here. Yes, she does. Finnebar rocks. Okie dokie. Hot, hot. I don't have time to wait for it to cool. Yeah, this one's really stringy though. That's my only complaint so far. I don't want to cover up Italy. Italy's too cute, fussy cut down there. So, try to poke it through the cluck. Do they? Okay, cool. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm glad y'all like it so far. No, don't cover up Italy. One of my dorky factors, y'all, is that I know like pretty much every country and capital except for Africa for some reason. I'm a big geography buff. Okay, I also fussy cut little pieces out over here, like this tiny, tiny little island. Ireland? Sorry if anybody's from Ireland. Called your place a tiny little island. I'm gonna put it right in here. And then this one too. And I'm almost at an hour. Trying to hurry, y'all. Yes, I fussy cut off camera because I knew that would take forever. And for those just joining, I did cut this piece out as well from the Divine paper. But I don't know. Whoever this is going to at the end, whenever you, when we figure out who the winner is, you can tell me if you want that on there or not. Because I think it's going to be too big. Okay, now I'm going to add a few resin pieces up in the corner. And when I get everything on here, I'm going to do a little bit more spraying with some of the shimmerings. This is just pure like mica, no color, just really, really a lot of shimmer, really, really pretty. So I'm going to use that. You can see hopefully how that swirls in the bottle. That's so fascinating to me. I don't know why. Okay, now let's see. Let me add some flowers and then I'll decide where to go from there. And I always cut this end piece off of these sprays. Where are my Timmy scissors? Don't know why, but I just don't like it. And let me find my little paintbrush. I always like to curl these a little bit more. The ballerina is from the Divine paper, the new Prima release. She's really cool. She's like a can dancer or something. Yes, those are the flowers I painted earlier. And then when I get everything adhered, I'm going to spray a little bit more too. Will not buy paper. Also, you guys, Shimmers has got some new stuff coming out very soon. And I think you guys are really, really, really going to be excited about the new products. There's 2 of them. Okay. I'm going to put that there. Yes, Michelle, I'll do another Ustream soon. As soon as y'all tell me like what you want me to do, I'll be like ready for another one. Thought I was going to be super nervous, but now that everybody's on here being so encouraging, it's completely fine. I'm seeing the end of something about displaying the piece. I have an easel. No, I don't know what I did with it. Yeah, it's over here. But I was thinking about painting this one white and just displaying it on there. But because I don't really know if you could hang it, I'm sure I could give it to Chris and he could find some way to hang it on the wall for me. Obviously, you can't drill holes through it or anything. But I think for now, just a little easel would work good. Okay, I'm going to put this one up here. And I'm at an hour, but we are almost done, y'all, I promise. And you don't want to go because we still have the giveaway. But seriously, for those of you who haven't tried shimmers, you're really, really missing out. Everybody who's ordered, since I've been, talking about them so much, is like, thank you, Miranda. They are amazing, y'all. There's such a wide range of, products. Everybody's going to find something they love. Okay, let me see if I got anything else over here I wanted to add to it real quick. And I wanted to show y'all 2 tags, too, that I was playing around with my shimmers and did the other day. I want to add one of these little Tim Holtz plaquettes. Where should I tuck this in at? I think down here. Okay, maybe another flower like in there. Don't know. Yeah. Oh, Lori, thank you. You're so sweet. Yeah, shimmers can be used on anything, and the beauty of it is that the reason I first was attracted to it was that it does adhere to things like glass and metal, and you don't have to prime it or anything, especially the little paint pots. Like, they are amazing on metal, and you guys know, if you follow me, you know how much I use metal, so that was what originally sold me, was the fact that they stick to metal. And now that I've used like every single one of them just about, I'm completely hooked. I mean, they're just amazing, y'all. Okay, so let's see what else do I want to add. Let me check back on that picture I took the other day and see what else I had on here. That was just about it. So I might tuck a few more things here and there, but I think that's it. Do you guys think you would put a picture on here and like use it as a layout, or no? Would you just leave it as is? I really wish the shimmer would show up on here, like the colors in the background, because they're pretty vibrant. It's just not picking up on camera, like especially up here and stuff. Yeah, I thought I would leave it as a wall hanging too. Okay, good. Then I'll add some more flowers then. I'm going to cut this one in half. Oh, thank y'all. Thank you, thank you. Mama! I'm sure I've missed a ton of people who are on here. I'm so sorry if I haven't said hey to you. Okay, I think I'm just about done. I'm going to do a little bit more spraying. I wanted to add this little birdie in here somewhere, but I don't want to cover up that metal clock. So, where to go with it? Okay, y'all, birdie or no birdie? Bird? No birdie? No birdie? No? Yes? You know what? I'm going to leave it off, but like I said, whoever wins, they can tell me if they want the birdie on there or not. And I definitely don't think this little lady is going to fit in there. I don't know, maybe she was facing the other way, but she's not, so. Okay, alright, I'm going to do a little bit more misting, and then I'm going to show y'all a couple of techniques, and then we're going to do the little giveaway. And I'll probably do some more finishing touches off camera, but I just don't want to take up any more time. I said it would be an hour, so. I'm going to use just the shimmerings. This is my favorite one. This is called Concrete. It is my absolute favorite. The gates are from Kaisercraft. This just adds a ton of shimmer, y'all. It's so pretty. I'm going to use a little bit of gold too, because the little clock and everything is gold. And then a little bit more bed of roses, because I really like that color. But yeah, I can't wait to show y'all a picture tomorrow when it's like dried really well and I can get out in the daylight and take a picture of it. Okay, so this is where we're at so far, y'all. Again, this is such bad quality Ustream is that it's hard to show you all the details. But, like I said, pictures will be posted. Okay, so now I'm going to show y'all two techniques. I actually came across one of these on YouTube. Someone was talking about using soap bubbles, like Dawn dish detergent. And then what you do is you put the Dawn dish detergent in a container, a bowl, anything. I'm glad y'all like it. Thank you so much. And you mix it all up, and then I took my shimmer sprays, and I think I used Before Dawn and Concrete, this one, and you sprayed it into the bubbles and then set your tag on top of it, or whatever you wanted to use, and you let it dry, and I mean, the bubbles like dry on there. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's really, really, really cool. And I haven't incorporated it onto anything yet, but it was really, really cool. And then I took Bed of Roses and I think Rolling in the Hay, 24 karat. And I sprayed them onto my tag, and I took tissue paper and crumpled it up and let it dry overnight. And then it created this really amazingly crackled type look. It's just really cool. So I wanted to share that with y'all because I haven't used them on anything yet, but I thought it was a really cool technique. And it's probably been around, who knows. But anyway, I thought it was cool. So now for the giveaway. And like I said, whoever wins gets to go to Shimmers and pick 3 products of your choice, minus enamels. I don't know how to do it. Let's see. I think I'm just going to have y'all say me, and then I know you'll get kicked off if you say me too many times, so I'll try to make it quick. I'll like count to 10, and then whoever's the last comment when I look up, that will be the winner, okay? So I'm going to start counting to 10 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, Froggy Rules 1966. Unless I think the chat got jammed because it's the only one there. Nothing's moving. Uh-oh. I like jammed it up. I hope you guys can still hear me, but I think the chat totally got jammed up. But the first thing I saw was Froggy Rules 1966, which I do believe is Darlene. That's what other people do when I do giveaways on Ustream. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all, if it totally like clogged up the chat, but that's the only way I've seen giveaways done on Ustream, so I thought it would work. I hope it's working. Michelle, can you type something, my dear? Refresh. I think it's just